What is happening? I am Sia and welcome back to a new tactics testing video today. And today we have Sorry I Broke Football Manager by Remi, which apparently breaks the game. So I'm expecting a very high result. Let's get in and see the tactic. So here is the tactic. As you can see, it's a 4-2-3-1, like the majority of other tactics that do well on this game. But in goal we have the sweeper keeper on support. Left back and right back we have both on wing back support with cross from deep and sit narrower. Two ball playing defenders on defend at centre back. We have a ball playing midfielder on defend with no further instructions. A roaming playmaker on support with cross aim centre. We have a left winger on inverted winger on support, cross aim centre, roam from position and stay wider. In the middle we have a cross aim centre and roam from position, advanced playmaker on attack. The right hand side, a winger on attack, cross aim centre and roam from position. And up front we have dribble less, roam from position on it, advanced forward. I can't say roam from position with my accent, it isn't happening. But mentality is attacking, and in possession we are passing into space, playing out of defence, running out of defence, working the ball into the box and playing fairly narrow. In transition we are counter pressing and countering. We are distributing the centre backs and taking shorter kicks. This might not work because this game engine hates it. But as you can see, we have a much higher defensive line. We are pressing more often, preventing the short goalkeeper distribution, stepping up more, trapping inside and inviting crosses into the box. So that is a tactic. Let's see how we got on with Leeds. Is it a good? Is it bad? Let's find out. So here we are with Leeds, as you can see, 9th place, a top half finish, equaling their best finish since returning to the Premier League. So an unusual name there. Brendan Aronson with 14 goals, which is different. So this formation isn't preferable for strikers, but okay. 4th round of the FA Cup and 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. But first of all, we will have a look at the Carabao Cup to see how that exactly went down. First round, Nottingham Forest, a 2-0 win, followed by a loss to Liverpool on penalties. Okay. No, that's not terrible, but this one is a bit more worrying. 2 legs it took to get past Southampton, beating them 4-2 eventually at St Mary's, before a 4-0 loss. Mohamed Ali Cho, who is he? Just signed on loan for them. Jesus, he's actually a very good player. Yeah, a 4-0 loss to Middlesbrough. I'm guessing they must have won they came second in their league, which is still not brilliant, but not terrible. This is the Premier League. This is how it's looking here. We got some decent draws. The draw against Chelsea, beat Arsenal, beat Tottenham, lost to Liverpool, obviously lost to City, the usual suspects. Drawing Manchester United, losing to Chelsea, losing to City, and losing to Arsenal. I mean, it's been an absolute shocker, really, hasn't it? But let's have a look at the Premier League, because I do want to see if we're any of these. 39 goals from Isaac, got 32. I mean, that's unreal, to be fair. Joint 8th place, Aronson with 14, Rodrigo with 13, and Sinistero with 11. I don't think it'll be on average ratings. Oh, Cine is 9th with 7.22. Then assists, you have Jackie joint 4th with 11, Cine with 9. I'm intrigued to see what happened here with the squad. So if I go to selection info, I go to the goals, I take off the guys who aren't at the club. We have Rodrigo with 15, Aronson with 15. Where is Bamford? I mean, he's only played 3 games, 27 off the bench. That's a stinker, isn't it? Nonto played 70 off the bench, scored 3. But you look at Jackie with 9, Cine with 12, and then Brendan and Rodrigo with 15 apiece. Assists, 12 for Jackie, 9 for Cine, 5 for Rocker, and 4 apiece for Aronson, Christensen, and Rodrigo. So this isn't what I expected. I expect this to be a lot better. Yeah. I mean, I imagine they must put Rodrigo up top, and then Aronson that advanced playmaker role. But, okay. We take the 52 points, we go over to Hull and see how they got on. Here we are, Hull. Oscar Estupiñán back in the goals, 32 this time, and a 7th place finish with 70 points. We'll put the 70 points away and we will look at the competitions. We got to the 3rd round of the FA Cup and the 2nd round of the Carabao Cup. Borough knocking out another team in this test. But first of all, let's have a look at the Carabao Cup like normal. And first round, Grimsby, we beat them 4-1. Estupiñán scored a 94th minute goal to get involved. And then a 2-1 loss, so not as bad as Leeds, but a 2-1 loss away from home at the Riverside. It's unfortunate, local rivals there, but not local, but rivals nonetheless. 3-1 FA Cup. I mean, a strong Brentford side, even Tony getting a goal as well. Keane Lewis Potter, who I think actually came from Hull, he did, getting a goal as well, unfortunately. But let's have a look at how we did in the league. Did we get any big results? A 5-2 against Norwich. 3-0 West Brom, a 5-1 loss there. 14, this is a horrible month here. 3 losses, 3 heavy losses, well, scoring, letting a lot of goals in. I mean, we could drew with Norwich. I mean, I want to know how we do against Borough. Lost 2-1 there. Drew with Sunderland. 5-0 against Swansea towards the end of the season. I mean, they've been bad. They have been bad. We look here, Estupia in second place with 31. We also have Sabdimanesh with 15 down there in 18th alongside Carl and Grant. Average rating wise, I would expect it to be on here, but he's not. We have Pelkas, Greaves and Jones at 15th, 16th, 17th with 2 1.9s and 1.17, sorry. And average assists, I can't talk today. We have Pelkas, Seri and Cynic, 12 apiece and then 11 for Cynic. And honestly, this is quite a shock. I didn't expect this to happen. This is not a game-breaking tactic, though. This is not the best I've seen. We look at the league. It's not the best we've seen. 32 goals for Stipian, 16 for Savdamanesh, 13 for Pelkas, who has 13 assists as well. So a very successful season for him. 8 for Seri and 5 for Alfie Jones. Assists, we have 13 Pelkas, 12 for Cynic and Seri, 8 for Savdamanesh and 6 for Cyrus Christie. I mean, this tactic is nothing special so far, but this is what's important. You cannot believe everything you see on. If people say stuff and they have good comments, they may just be faking it. So do not believe that. But let's get over at Bromley, see how they got on. Can they just save this? Because it's not going well, is it, so far? Here we are at Bromley, 6th place, and Michael Cheek with 53 goals. We go to competitions. We reached the quarterfinals of the FA Trophy, the first round of the FA Cup. And then I imagine we got dumped out in the playoffs, I assume, if we go to playoffs. Semi-final. We're not in the semi-final. First round, lost 2-1 to York. Okay. Let's have a look at, first of all, at the trophy. Because everyone loves a bit of the FA Trophy. First round, York 3-2. Taunton then 5-0. We then beat Torquay on penalties before getting dumped out by a Notts County side who I imagine did very well in the league. They didn't. They finished below us. Wow, that is not what I expected. In the FA Cup, though, Hampton and Richmond in the first round, we beat them 2-0 before a 5-1 loss. Meaning it wasn't 5, it was 4-0, but 5-1 aggregate over 2 legs. Unfortunate that. But we do need to be performing a little bit better. How do we do in the league? Do we have any big wins? I mean, the first month looks like it started off sloppy, but then as soon as they got used to the tactic, they were flying. 5-1 Gateshead, 4-0 Notts County. Where are Wrexham? Wrexham there, 3-1 loss. Did they beat Wrexham the second time around? No. I mean, the horrible run starts again here. They kind of nailed on to finish near the top, but then the start of the season, end of the season, just absolutely battered them. It's not what you want to see. If we go here, we have 47 league goals for Michael Cheek. Nobody else is the only person offering up in the league. Michael Cheek, obviously, because of that, 7.4. He's 3rd place average rating. Assists, obviously, we have a few. First place, Denny with 15. Whiteley and Forster joint 3rd with 12 apiece. And this is surprising. George Alexander usually scores a lot of goals. Obviously, we can only play one up top. It was Michael Cheek this season, 53. 13 apiece for Dennis and Alexander. 8 for Whiteley and then 6 for Forster. Assists, we have Dennis with 17. Whiteley and Forster with 14 apiece. Not the best, is it? A bit disappointing. 75 points these got, which makes it 65 altogether for the league, which puts it nowhere near the top. But yeah, I'm not convinced. I think this must be one of the first iterations of the game because this is not a game-breaking thing. But a short one today because I'm very conscious of how long these are getting. Like, subscribe, comment down below what you think, and I'll see you next time.